Hi, Sherls here. Thank you for stopping by on my channel. Welcome or welcome back. If you are new, please subscribe and help my channel grow. My latest journals don't feel complete without any reference to a tea time. I made some designs with reference to tea time only for the Lady Emerald kit. Therefore, I made some teacup templates. There are 4 individual teacup templates, 2 with a more modern teacup style, and 2 in vintage style. I also made 2 stacked teacups templates. So how can we use these templates? Great question. That's the topic that I will be covering up in this tutorial. These are the teacups that I made. In this video, I will share how I made these and how I will be using these in my latest journals like this stacked teacups notepad. I didn't put a lot of embellishment in these teacups. I want them to look simple yet elegant, and when you see it, you can say, oh, I can make that. These teacup templates, the ovals, and the floral I use are available for free in my Ko-fi page. The template is called Teacup Templates, pretty straightforward, and the fuzzy cards are in latest journals fuzzy cards freebie. I call it so because I designed this with the latest journals in mind. Get your freebie teacup templates and the fuzzy cards freebie ready. There are 16 ovals in the freebie. My printer decided to skip printing the first 4 when I printed 2 sheets on a page. The templates are available only in one size, the biggest size that will fit nicely in a standard journal page layout. By standard, I mean US letter size or A4 size folded in half widthwise. You can print these templates on a scrap paper, then adhere it to a cookie box so you can use it over and over. You can print it behind your pretty paper or use your cutting machine to cut acetate templates. The templates only have one direction. If you want to print it on your pretty paper facing the opposite direction, you can do so with just your printer. I have a printer tips playlist showing you how to print your digital facing the opposite direction, as well as how to print your digital in various sizes with just your printer. No additional program needed. Outside of the basic paper crafting tools, I will also be using metallic markers and color pens. I will also use wallpaper samples and the Roaring 20s kit, as well as the Lady Emerald kit from my shop. I put the link to all the freebies and digital kit I use in this tutorial in the description box. I also put the link to the wallpaper sample listing I have in my store. I have lots of wallpaper that I want to destash. It's very cheap. I don't think you can find this price anywhere else. The price mostly covers the shipping price and the listing fees. Frankly, I sold this on a loss. I offer them in 2 types of bundle. Larger size, which will give you at least 40 sheets of various wallpapers, and mixed bundle, which I can fit at least 80 sheets. In reality, based on the bundles I already sold, I can fit around 50 sheets of larger size wallpaper and around 100 sheets of various size wallpapers in the 13 by 10 envelope. I showed samples of the wallpaper I have as well as the bundle samples on my channel. If you are interested, I have the link in the description box as well. Let's start with the easiest one, the individual teacup. I already made one for my older book, and now I want to make another one for my vintage Roaring Twenties. First, I need to trace this template on my paper. If you watch my previous tutorial with templates, you might already know that I like to use my Cricut to cut my template on acetate. This see-through acetate lets me position the template in my paper just the way I want the final looks to be. If you like to have the individual PNG format of the templates for your cutting machine, please let me know. I will gladly add the PNG files on my Ko-fi page. Do I want my teacup to face the same direction as the vibrant Roaring Twenties, or do I want it to face the other direction? You know what? I think I want the vintage one to face the opposite direction, so it will make a nice comparison to the vibrant one. So now let's place this on the paper in the position that I like. I like this kind of oval lace looking here, and I really think it will make a really nice looking teacup. But I don't like to waste paper, so I will find some part around the edge that will also make a nice teacup that I like. And this flower, no, I want this flower to be like in the center. This one will be cute, but I feel I'm wasting this side. And this one, nope. How about this one? This will be cute, but I'm going to cut this off because there's not enough space here. So how about like something like this, and we put this on the center. That's cute. Maybe a little bit higher for the rose, and like this, much better. So I will trace this and then I will cut it. And because this teacup, I want to use it as a pocket or tab, I'm not going to cut the handle. I will just trace the outside shape. Because I want to use this teacup as a pocket or maybe a belly band, I want it to be a little bit thicker than a regular copy paper. So I will adhere this to my book page to add a little bit thickness. Actually, I just realized that I should have also traced the shape of the handle so you can see it clearly that it is a teacup instead of a silhouette of something. That I believe that you can also tell that it is a teacup. But it will be much nicer if I also have the teacup's handle shape. It's the fun time to decorate this teacup and to trace the shape to make it more defined. So like now, you cannot really tell the shape of this bottom. Just use your imagination to trace the shape of the cup. Like this one here, I just kind of roughly think how it's supposed to look. So like this curve here is the mouth of the teacup looking from the side. So I will make it something like this. Use your pencil to do this, but if you are very comfortable with your drawing skill, then go ahead, use your color pen or metallic marker, whatever you want. And this one, maybe something like this, and this one as well. And the saucer, maybe like this. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is your handmade, and for me the imperfection is the one that make it handmade. Yep, not bad. And this is like the bottom of the saucer. Like this, and this one, not bad. And let's make like a little bit like teacup bottom, which I don't know what you call this little ledge here. So something like this. And I'm happy with this. So now I'm going to trace it. Grab my scrap pad book. I traced this one with these roller ball pens. And for this one, let's see. This is the one that I traced using this metallic marker, and it is really thick. It's not bad looking, but yeah, let's just use the orange one. And trace the outside shape of the teacup as well as these edges. Okay, change of plan. This orange is dyed, so yellow. Yep, it's working. Nice, I like this. And before I continue, I'm going to erase the pencil mark as much as I can. Some of the pencil mark like this one and this one doesn't really want to come out, but that's totally fine because I can hide it with the embellishment I have here. And for this one, let's see. So for this teacup, if you notice, I put a little bit shade, which is not really perfectly shaded, just to give it more like a 3D looks. And for this one here, actually you can see it much better in this one. It's not really well like shaded, but you got the idea. And this one I colored the second teacup. Anyways, I will show you how I made this in a bit. And for this one, yeah, I think I want to color it a little bit, and I have my alcohol marker here. So I print this with my inkjet printer. I'm not really sure how the watercolor pen will alter the printed paper. That's why I'm going to use my alcohol marker. And this one, let's see if the shade is the one that I want. Yep, that's good. Just throw a little bit shade here just to make it the shadow of the inside of the cup. A little bit definition here, the bottom of the cup as well. So this part you need to use your imagination a little bit. And actually you might ask me like, why don't you just give us a teacup, a big teacup which already have the design, whatever. Well, like I said, the customization, and it's more fun when you can change it the way it looks with just like your marker, embellishment or whatnot. Just make it like more fun and also give you an outlet for your creativity. Or like me, showing how bad you are at drawing the shadow. Well, even someone can make a digital paper, it doesn't mean that they can draw perfectly. It's different process. Let's see. So this teacup, let's try to make a shade like this, like the shadow. So this is kind of the teacup shadow on the saucer. That's not really bad. It's not really good either, but I'm happy with that. And where is the cap? This is the cap. I'll just put it back. And where is the thing? Here. I want to use this on here. So why I make an oval? Because it's just like my preference, and somehow I feel like a very fancy teacup sometimes have like a rose or some symbol in the center of the teacup like this, and I think the oval shape is the perfect shape for that. And there you have it. You have these ovals and some florals to decorate the teacup. And this goes here. Nice. And let me just scrape the excess glue out and make sure that it is properly adhered. And next, I only have these two floral left, so I need to cut more and print more. And this gap here is not great if you turn this into a pocket, because when you put something in, it might get stuck like this. So that's why in this one I hide it with the floral. This is the gap here, this is the gap, and on the other side you cannot see it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And let's see, do I want to do it like that? Or this one? Let's do it like this. Or how about this flower? Nope, let's use this one. Oops. And this one, I saw that it has a cap, so I'm going to close the cap like this. There you have it. You have 2 teacups ready to use for your journal. Now, let me show you how I decorated the stacked teacups. I already cut a piece on my wallpaper. This wallpaper is really interesting. It's thick and it is a fabric-like material. So I don't have to bake this wallpaper. It's thick enough for my use. But the color is also deep that it doesn't really show my pencil well. So this part where I'm tracing the shape of the teacups will be interesting. As now, it kind of looks like the silhouette of the stacked teacups, and I want to have a more defined teacups look like this one. So let's see if I can trace the shape of the teacup using this lighter pen, and later when I make mistake it won't show too much. We'll see. Let's just do it. So how did I create this teacup? Well, let's just go for it. This is the teacup opening. It's still really hard to see. So let's just be brave and let's see. Sorry, one more time. Let's try with this yellow one. Nope, still not easy to see. So yeah, let's just be brave and just draw immediately with this pen. Not bad. One go and I did it quite well. And the next one, so I imagine the second teacup to have kind of a wavy look like this one, the one here, but I'm kind of lazy to make it like that, so let's try make it like a boat shaped teacup. So this is like the body of the first teacup, and this one goes something like this. So from the look of it, it's more like facing this direction. Oops, not that one. This one. And this is like the handle of the first teacup, and then this goes down like this. Not bad. The way that I trace it is different from this one. This is just the same template, it's just the bigger size and facing the other direction. And the first teacup, yes, this one is so sure that I imagine the teacup to have a wavy lip. Is that what you call? Yeah, I'm not sure if in the reality it will be a nice teacup or not, but this is how I imagine it and this is how I created it. So Let's just go for it. Make it wavy. And because the teacup has a wavy lip, I will also make the saucer to have a wavy shape. And this goes something like this. And this, because it's like this curve, like, let's make the handle have a little bit curve as well. And go down like this. Nice. And now this saucer, let's see, this is kind of degrading a little bit. Yeah, every wallpaper material is different. This one is kind of like plasticky, that's why I can blend, yeah, that's what the word, blend the alcohol ink better. But this one is different. This one is more like a fabric. I don't think I can color this wallpaper. Even with this, I'm having a hard time to show the color. Oops, I forget this part. Oh, this, like this, and this teacup, something like this, I think. And this go like here. Yep, nice. And let's make the bottom. Don't you think that this process is fun? Trying to reproduce the original shape of the teacup before I turn it into a template. I personally find it is really fun because every single time I make it, it's always different. There, it's done. And this fabric like wallpaper, I don't think I can really color it because it's already take a deep color to show the color. But you know what, let's try test the lip of the teacup with this golden metallic marker, because I will be using this for the emerald, the Lady Emerald journal, and the Lady Emerald journal color theme is yellow, or not yellow, is golden and green. Oh, it looks pretty good, not bad. Something like this. Done. And the last one. Nice. Actually, it looks kind of brownish, but it's okay, I think. Or maybe I want to try to make it a little bit sparkle with this silver. Let's see if it's do it tricks. Oh, it does. It's not really the color palette of the Lady Emerald kit, but I just have to use what I have to make it a little bit more sparkling. If you have the what is called the glossy accent or the texture paste or whatnot, or even like you want to, you can use lace to decorate this, but I really want to keep this simple so it will look like something that you can say like, yes, I can make this. I have all the things that you use. I can totally make this. Yep, this is not bad. And for this teacups, because it is so small, I don't really think it will take this off, like this one here. Nope, it's already like between the teacups. So let's see, this one here, actually on the bottom here, it doesn't really look bad, but it's just too big for me. So maybe I will attempt to draw a flower or something like I did here. And I really don't think I have a small flower fussy cut left over from previous project. So let's just attempt to draw. Oh, actually I also have this blue metallic marker. I don't have other color, but again I just try to use what I have. This one, and this one is dead. Let's try with what we have here. So center, let's try to draw a rose. Come on, I used you yesterday and you were working fine, but now you stopped working. How about this one? Yep, this pen doesn't really want to cooperate. It doesn't really look good, but let's see. Let's use this as a reference. This pen also not doing well. Oh well, I try. Let's just say like I try. And maybe just hide the imperfection with this. Trying to make the rose shape as much as I can. A little bit cold here and there, maybe in the center, something like this. This look something you cannot really tell what it is, but whatever. And this one, because I don't have a lot of space to work with, let's just do something simple like this. And actually this one I just noticed imperfection here. Not really, because this section here is the handle of this teacup, so let it be. Continue with this one. So I imagine this one to have a line. Let's just do that for this as well. Like this, and maybe it will be like half by 2 silver, one on the top and one on the bottom. Very simple teacup. And this one I do not have deep green, otherwise it will make a really nice something here. Let's just make like a teardrop. Oops, this teacup is kind of slanted. I should have drawn this a little bit slanted. Oh, I can still kind of fix it. And let's just do something like this. Done. Actually, if you like to, you can also put a jewel here, but I want to use it in a journal page and I like to keep my journal page flat. So this is what I'm doing. And this bottom, let's make a curvy line. How about the blue one? Yeah, I have not used the blue one yet. Oh, it looks really nice. I like it. And this one, something like this. And let's see, the red one, silver or yellow, not yellow, gold. Isn't this a fun process? I really like this part of making these teacups. And I think that's all that I can do with this one, because it doesn't really take color really well unless it's a very deep color. And actually it would be nicer if I can make a shadow so it will look more like a 3D-ish, even though it's not really perfect. But yeah, it is what it is. And here, let's see, so these are from the same template, I think. Nope, this and this are same template, and you can see that this one I cannot make the shadow and this one not shadow, so this one look more like flat 2D and this one a little bit 3D-ish. Same with this one, it's like with shadow, no shadow, but it is what it is. So this pretty much like how I decorate these teacup templates. Before I show you how I use these teacups in my journals, I want to warn you that these teacup templates don't stack well. If you want to make a mat surrounding a teacup like this one, cutting the template in a larger size won't work. These two templates are the same shape, but one is slightly smaller than the other. When I stack these templates, their outlines do not match. To make the mat, I use a pen and a needle. I got this idea from when I was making a sewing allowance. In the sewing project, I made the seam allowance by joining two pens side by side to trace the shape like this. In sewing project, this allowance is perfect, but it's too big for my paper crafting matting. So I use a needle as my spacer guide. I line the needle like this with the pen tip, then use a rubber band to tie them together. Then I can adjust the needle to make sure that the pen tip and the needle point is flush. I can also adjust the gap between the pen and the needle by moving the rubber band. The closer it is to the pen tip, the closer the gap is. So like this, if I push this rubber band closer to the tip, you can see that this needle is pushed closer to the pen tip. But if I put it slightly higher, this needle will move further away from the pen tip. You can also use the same trick with a toothpick instead of a needle. Take the template or the teacup you want to mat and position it on the mat. If the mat is the final mat you are going to use, you can adhere the teacup cutout to the mat. I will cover this cookie box with another paper, so I will just use a loop tape to temporarily stick my template to the mat. To make the tracing easier, I will be using my Lazy Susan or the cake turner. That's my tip for you. Use a Lazy Susan if you have it. On my first project, I traced the mat without a Lazy Susan and it wasn't easy to concentrate tracing the shape while rotating the mat. I found it's much easier to rotate the paper instead of my hand when tracing. But if you find it otherwise, then do what is easier for you. So I will position the needle or the toothpick, if that's what you are using, on the teacup shape like this. So the needle or the toothpick is the one that's touching the teacup, and then trace around it. if you are going to use this a lot, I suggest you make your own matte template. Now, I will adhere this to a book page, cut, adhere it to the teacup I already cut with my Cricut, and decorate it. And this is my first finished project, a teacup shaped journal card or a tag. I already made a couple for my latest journals project. When making this tag, I got the idea of making a teacup shaped booklet. A single teacup is rather too small for my liking, so I use a stacked teacup. If you like, of course, you can use a single teacup template and maybe bind it on the bottom so you have your booklet open like this. After cutting the teacup and the mat, I adhere it to a dyed paper. I have one I already prepared here. It's already matted, but it's not decorated yet. So now I just need to adhere this to my dyed paper. I don't like to waste paper, so I will adhere it as close as to the edge of the paper in the orientation that I like. This is kind of a little bit tilted, so let's see. Something like this. I do not need to leave a lot of gap between the mat and the paper, so I can put it as close as possible to the edge, but I want to make sure that I have enough gap that I can cut it. And then I will trace the shape of this handle like something like this. This will give me the idea how far I want the binding to be. And I like it to be flush with the handle that's the most outside. So I will take my ruler here and kind of draw it. Something like this. This will be flush with this handle, and here, and this I will try to make it as straight as possible. Like that. And then I'm going to fold it on this mark here. Maybe a little bit in. Still need a little bit more. So apparently my mark is not really accurate, but that's fine. That's better. Yeah. So this is my first page. And now I can decide how many pages I want to put in this booklet. So I already have a couple of dyed paper ready here. I don't really want it to be too thick because I'm going to staple it, and my staple is very tiny. It's not going to be able to go through a lot of pages. And now I just remember, because I'm going to staple it, I should not adhere the handles in because I want to hide the staple. So I will carefully tear this open if I can. If not, then it's fine. Yeah, like this one I cannot tear it open, so I'll just leave it. I'll just make one staple here later. Now just going to arrange my dyed paper like this. 3, 4, 5. and fold just where I folded here. Maybe I should fold it one by one, so it will be flush. It doesn't really matter actually if it is not really like flush, or even if you fold this paper into half, because we are going to cut this edge here, so it will make the teacup shape. So just do what is easier for you. Nice. And then the next one. So these dark peppers are not the same color. One is more like creamy or pinkish, and one is more brownish. That's why I'm going to alter them. So this color, this, and lastly another pinkish one. I don't remember what I used to dye this pink one. It's possibly avocado. Right. It was my first time dyeing with pepper, and that's why it's not really deep color, and also it has no pattern. I haven't used laces to make the pattern back then. It's done, almost done actually. And what I like to do next is to bind this first and then cut the shape. So to bind this, let me get some paper clip here to make sure that it's not running around like this, making sure that it is flush, and the other side as well. Use as many or as little paper clip as you think is needed, just to secure it. And I'm going to find my stapler. This is the one stapler that I can find. I have more staple, but yeah, I do not know where the rest. I could not find it. I need to buy another one. So just staple something like this. For this one I did 2 staples, but this one I forgot to leave the handle open, so let's see. Oops, not doing well. I need to try it one more time. Still not doing well. That's why I like my big staple, but I cannot find it. Third time the charm. Still not doing well. This is annoying. Finally. And then I can adhere this to hide the staple. On the back side, doesn't really show through. I think 5 is a little bit too much. How many pages I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 3, so that's possibly it. It's 5 pages, 5 sheets of paper is too much for this tiny staple. So let's just remove some pages, unfortunately. This, now it should do well. Finger crossed. Better, but this one need a little bit help. Just push it in, and yep, that's better. And like this. I really want to put 2 staples, but possibly I can still do it. Let me fold this in first so I know where the next staple needs to be. Like this. So my next staple will be around here. Oops, there's no more staple here. There is, but it's stuck. This is the problem working with this tiny stapler. So these are not needed anymore. Just put it away for now. Okay. Gosh, this is really embarrassing. I cannot staple. I really want to blame the stapler issue, but I do not know if it is really a stapler issue by now. I was able to do this nicely, but why I'm just keep messing up in the video? Dear God. Okay, we got the second one in. Now, what I'm going to do next is cutting the shape. I will use my paper clip again. That's what I decided. And for this one, I want it to look more smooth, so I will trace it like this. So only this side here, I make a trace mark with my pencil just to make the shape smoother, and cut the papers. Let's see, let's just use like 3 sheets at a time. And the rest I cut it following the mat shape. When cutting this, make sure that the paper stay as flat as possible, so when you finish cutting it, the shape is still like flush on the edge. But I know it's hard, but try your best. And this is why I have not decorated the teacup yet, because I don't want whatever I draw here or ephemera that I stick here will get smeared around, push around, and I personally don't think it will be easy to cut around this with all of the stuff that I will be putting on top of the teacup. And for this one, I already make a mark, so it will be a straight cut. And maybe it will be easier to cut this on top of my lazy Susan, so my hand can stay almost at the same position, and the lazy Susan is the one doing the rotation. And this I can shred it to make pepper or use it for something else. And this one, not bad. Let's see. Yep, this one, this edge here, I do not know if you can tell that the bottom pepper is poking out a little bit, and this is why I suggest to cut your pepper in a flat surface as flat as possible, so you don't have this, or when I put this like this side is poking out. If you don't mind that, that's fine, but if you mind it, you can keep trimming it off until it reaches the shape that you are happy with. And this Teacup booklet is pretty much done if you like it to be like this, but I'm going to decorate this and also hide this staple here because I forgot to hide it underneath the handle here. And this is my finished Teacups booklet. So far, I traced the teacup shape to make it a more defined teacup. But for this one, I decided to leave it as a teacup silhouette and trace only around the outside, and then make a collage of flower and a quote here. So these florals are from my springtime floral Size FREEBIE, and this is part of the Roaring 20s era quotes and words freebie. You can find the link to this Size FREEBIE on the description box. I want to use this teacup on my vintage Roaring 20s as a tag on this page. I printed my digital on a regular copy paper. I usually printed the busy pages first only on one side. When I'm making a layout on a page, I like to double it up with another page. In my personal opinion, this will add rigidness to the page, and thus I won't feel it so flappy when I put a lot of ephemera on the layout. And that's why I don't have the journal pages defined at the start of this journal series. I will build my pages as I go, and before I bind, I arrange the pages the way I like it. For this particular page, I want to use this page on the back. I adhere a packing tape behind this lady, then use a craft knife to cut around one side of her so I can use her as a pocket. The packing tape will enforce the pocket opening, and it will also prevent the paper from tearing when I insert a thick ephemera behind it. This is an easy way to add a tag on the paper without covering the pretty image. I like to use this technique to add a secret pocket on my journal page. In my journal jigsaw inspired series, I did it with a collage page and just cut straight line, but the idea is pretty much the same. And I will apply adhesive along this cut here and this side of the cut. The other side of the cut until the middle of the page will be left open for the pocket space. I will leave this page like this for now. I want to use these green stack teacups on my Lady Emerald journal. This is the page I want to use. It's only printed on one side and I can't decide which page I want to use for the other side. That's fine. I will find the perfect pair for this page as I work on this Lady Emerald journal. First, I'm going to make a tiny fold mark to mark the center of the page. Then, I will adhere this on the page as a belly band, something around here. So I will just put a tiny line of adhesive on the bottom and on the top here. And this is my center mark. I want to put it a little bit higher because I'm going to sew around the page. I don't really want to sew across these teacups. Frankly, I'm not sure if my tiny sewing machine will be able to handle the thickness of the wallpaper and 2 sheets of paper. And I will let this dry. And this will be a belly band here. So this teacup is a little bit too big to show you, but I believe you got the idea. Let's see, I have this here. And it is the belly band. This teacup will obviously go to my outer book. When I work on the previous layout, I want the page that I want to use this teacup for. So this is the page I want to use it, and I want to adhere it such that it will work as a belly band like this. So something like here, because I want to cover this part 3 as much as I can. I can also do it sideways like this, but yeah, let's just do it straight. And I will be using this strip from the Vibrant Roaring 20 ephemera as a support on the back, and it will also help covering up this P letter here. Like something like this. So I will adhere this first. Let's see. I can go as far in as I want, but let's see. I think this one is good enough. It's kind of centered on the page. I will put it back here just to help me make the mark or where I need to cut this. Yes, and this. This will be perfect. And I really don't like this height difference of the paper. Again, I've been mentioning over and over that for me, this paper height difference can cut whatever I put behind the belly band. So I will adhere this to a book page to make the back more smooth. I already have a lot of book page scrap from tearing the pages of this book, so that's what I will be using. Now we can adhere it on the book. So I will just apply a line of adhesive on both sides and place it on my book page. I think this is perfect. I will let it dry before I attempt to put anything behind it. It's still kind of poking out a bit. This is why I don't want this side to be all the way to the spine of the book, because it will pop out. To make room for the ephemera I'm going to put behind this teacup belly band, I need to tear some pages. So these pages here is a do not tear pages. So I will leave it alone and I'm going to tear the page behind it. So this is the center of this signature. So it has, so this is the page that I'm using, and it is paired with this one. So I can tear these two sheets and see if it is enough. If not, I will also tear the center signature as well. It's not easy to tear, so I think I will just tear these 4 pages together. And it's fine to tear more on this particular case than tearing less, because that means I will have more space to build anything around it. But usually I don't like to tear before I'm so sure, because in an other book, in my opinion, after to tear the page, you lose it. You cannot put it back. Perfect, and there is still a little bit book short here. Let's see if I have something that I can use to peel it off. I don't really have anything now, like a tweezer to put these like fussy pages off. So I think I'll just leave it for now, and we will figure it out later. And this is the belly band. Oops, it got moved a little bit. It's just a little bit of this black letter here, and well, it's fine. It doesn't really bother me much. After sitting on this book for some time, I decided to take off some pages after this pocket I made on my previous video. These pages are thicker, so it will make a nice writing surface. The page on this side, however, won't be easy to write on. The fringe lace that I used to add flapper flare to the lace pocket add an even thickness. I will include a writing board with this journal, so that will help, but I also decided to adhere a decorative page on the pages on the lace pocket side, so I don't really have to worry about the uneven surface. So let me do this now. This is my do not tear page, and this pocket has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. So I think I need to tear quite a few pages to accommodate the thickness of this pocket. Let's see. Let's tear these two here and these two here, because this is the center of the signature. And again, I have these fussy pages here, fussy paper here, that I will have to tear it later. I have a small tweezer here, but I don't think it's strong enough. Oh, it does its job. It works. I will clean this up off camera, so you don't have to spend a lot of time watching me doing this, and I will adhere the pages that I already decided on these pages here to finish the layout of this pocket and the pages before and after it. This is what I have so far for my other book: a belly band and 5 pockets layout, a writing page, a beautiful layout here which I cannot resist to cut around her and make her into a tuck spot, another writing page, and I have not decided what to put here. I also haven't made any ephemera to put on my pockets, tucks, or belly band. I usually do this after finishing the page layouts, and for this journal series I have some interesting ideas that I want to share. Please look forward to it. And these are the ideas I have for the teacups: a teacup booklet, tags or journal cards, tuck spot or pocket, belly band. There are more things you can make with these teacup templates, and I believe you can also make these teacups look more elaborate and gorgeous. Please share them with me, other ideas you have, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment on all the videos in this latest journal series if you want to be entered into the latest journals giveaway. You can find the link to the series playlist in the description box. Happy crafting! Bye!